How prevalent as of today is men fertility issues in India?
Feel that men, his ego, his performance is getting deflated. Approximately 50% of all men are the reasons or maybe contributing towards infertility.
How is the stress of the lifestyle affecting a man? Does it have any effect on the fertility part?
His life is going out of control, and as a result is all affecting his brain here, and brain dictates his libido.
When is the time that a wife, as a supporting role, how can she help her husband?
अपने बारे में men को ही नहीं पता. How will the wife know? Today's woman is not the woman which we had around, say, 15 years back.
Males are kind of bulking up a lot. That image of being a macho man, does that also have any effect on fertility issues?
So in case we take hormones in form of shakes, they will suppress our sperm production.
Brought up that way, that you are the alpha, you can't cry. So in that scenario, I think it gets difficult for a man to open up.
So Swami Vivekananda said, America is so advanced because women walk. In any society in which the woman is not walking ahead, that society cannot grow.
Hello, and a very warm welcome everyone to today's podcast. Today we'll be talking about a very important yet rarely spoken about topic. Unspoken, silent health crisis in male health. I'm Dr. Binti, your host for today. I'm a dental surgeon turned health and wellness coach. I'm a certified yoga and meditation teacher, and I'm currently working with clients globally, helping them achieve their health goals using an integrated approach of right nutrition, daily movement that takes care of their physical health, and breath work and meditation to help them balance their mental health. Today's topic is about the neglected gender in healthcare. Yes, men. You know, we see women talked about everywhere. We have women-dedicated health clinics. We have screening protocols for women. But men's health is largely unnoticed and unattended. Today, let's talk more on this. Today, we are joined by our esteemed speaker, Dr. Professor Colonel Pankaj Talwar, a decorated fertility expert with 30 years in armed forces. Sir is a recipient of Vishisht Seva Medal from the President of India, a pioneer in assisted reproductive technologies. He has led 17,000 plus IVF cycles, has set up 29 IVF centers, India and abroad. He has trained professionals across 23 countries. Sir has authored 10 plus books, and that includes world's first video atlas for ART. Currently, he heads Dr. Pankaj Talwar's IVF and men's clinic and is doing a lot of work related to men's health. So let's meet our guest for today, Dr. Pankaj Talwar.
Thank you so much. It's my great honor to be here, and I think let's make it a very wonderful next 1 hour and talk about the men who are the most ignored creature on the world.
Very true, sir. So we have talked about women throughout. I mean, being a woman myself, I know men definitely deserve more praises than we actually give them. They need to be acknowledged. They need to be appreciated for all the efforts they do. So in today's podcast, I would really like you to just make that effort that all women across also understand how important men's health is. So diving right into the topic for today, whenever we talk about fertility issues, we link them with women. And men's health is hardly talked about. It goes unnoticed. So I would like to ask you that is this the real perception, or how prevalent as of today is men fertility issues in India?
Well, a very nice question to start with. If you look at a man, look at our Hindi movies like Amitabh Bachchan, he'll break the walls and come out. And look at my favorite Rambo movie, which could nothing could stop Rambo. The man could never be conquered. He could he could be a king, emperor. He could marry multiple wives. He had harems, and the men could never be deflated. I always felt that a man always felt like he was an wild Arabian horse who could not be channelized. But now the things are moving in today's world. I feel that men, his ego, his performance is getting deflated. And so we are here today. Uh, 30 years back, or say 15 years back, we never spoke about a man. We thought that men could have nothing going wrong with him. But now when you look at the man, approximately 50% of all men are the reasons or maybe contributing towards infertility.
That is a big number, sir.
It is a big number.
50% of male population and still not talked about.
It may be, they may be a direct contribution or maybe an indirect contribution. And here, I like to say that we are talking about men fertility issues in terms of his semen analysis. The men who come forward to us. We are not talking about his sexual disorders. A large number of men are having sexuality problem. He has got erectile dysfunction. He may be having a premature ejaculation, about which we don't talk about. And the biggest cherry on the cake, or the last nail in the coffin, is the men having low libido. So I think all these things are contributing towards making men very vulnerable. I think it's a right time to speak about the men and understand that men is also a part of the management of infertility problem.
Very well said, sir. So you just mentioned about the sexual dysfunctions. So what I have heard is infertility and sexual performance, they have been used interchangeably. So are they interlinked? Are they different? Is it possible that a man could be sexually active and still infertile? So he might be having regular erections, but still infertile. I would like you to please help us understand this.
Yes, again, a very nice thing you have asked me. The man is a very complex creature. Actually, we have never spoken about the man. We only speak about the woman partner. A man has got multiple aspects to his sexuality. Till date, we normally limit a man in case he comes forward about his semen report, which is around, I think, one piece of paper and few drops of his semen which we take in a bottle and look under a microscope. Then we say he's good or bad or he's average, and with that everything ends. इसका एक और पहलू है जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पहलू है और वो पहलू है अबाउट ए सेक्सुअल परफॉर्मेंस. Performance is different from what we are seeing on the semen report. A semen report can make him infertile because even if he is able to have a contact with his partner, she won't get impregnated. So that is his semen factors. But I think that is a very small part of the problem which I am seeing on daily basis. Now, what I'm finding is that the men are having low sperm count. That's absolutely, we all know that there are problems, but his performance, his libido is a new thing which is coming into play, and there is a new kid in the block. So a man may have, besides having a normal sperm count, he may have something like erectile dysfunction. जिसे हम कहते हैं that he may be having स्तंभन दोष. People talk about स्तंभन दोष. Or he may be having शीघ्र पतन, or he may be having premature ejaculation.
Okay.
Now, these things we are not talking about at all. And these are actually very intimate bedroom conversations about which we don't talk about. And I think this is also playing a very major role in their being infertile. So these two things are separate. A man who's having an erectile dysfunction or premature ejaculation, he may be having a very, very nice, good sperm count, but he may not be able to perform with his partner. So again, when he's not able to perform, the man won't have proper penetration, the man won't be able to fertilize the woman. So जब भी ऐसा होगा तो fertility issues आएंगे, पर हम अब तक जो हमारा सोचने का तरीका है, that is limited to his sperm count. But I think I like to bring in one more, the new kid in the block that talks about is having sexual dysfunction also. So they both have to look together.
Right. So one of them just can't dictate his
Exactly.
fertility
There can be two
status.
things. He may be absolutely having normal, beautiful semen reports, but in case he's not able to have proper erections, or he's not able to have proper penetrations. In that case, again, the woman won't achieve motherhood. So we have to look at the man in totality, talk to him more. We only limit a man to a report after seeing a few drops of semen sample. I think we have to move forward and look at the
Right.
man in more totality.
Wonderfully explained, sir. So you just talked about low libido. So in today's world, the fast paced, the competitive world we are living in, with deluge of information from the internet, and it's all available, it's all out there for everyone. So, sir, in such scenario, how is the stress of the lifestyle affecting a man? Does it have any effect on the fertility part? And if so, how? And I would also want to understand the role of this phone, the cell phone, which is readily available to all of us, the role of social media in, if at all, doing any stressful activity for a man. So please shed some light on this part.
I think again it's a very burning issue nowadays that see, we are trying to ape the West, and why not? We have to grow. We are in that. I'll give you a very small, छोटा सा उदाहरण. We are becoming a very strong economy nowadays, and go to any country of the world. We are the people who are leading their economy, being Indians. हमारे देश में जो भी जागरूकता आ रही है, we have realized that we have got immense potential to grow. As a result, we are getting empowered and we are working very hard. You'll be quite surprised to see that we are working around, on average, 45 to 48 hours per week.
Right.
And if you look at some of the newspaper cuttings and quotes, people say, why don't you work for 90 hours a week or 100 hours a week? There are people sitting in US telling us to work for 110 hours a week. And we are aping them. And why not? People want to work harder, probably raise their level. They want to be more economically more stronger, working hard. But याद रखिए कि जब भी हम कोई भी एक्शन लेते हैं, उसका एक इक्वल रिएक्शन होता है. And for a man, the reaction is very, very strong here. What is happening is that a man is working around 45, 48 hours a week. And I think you'll agree with me that it doesn't limit at 45 hours.
Right.
45 hours is working, but he'll take probably 2 hours to reach his office place and 2 hours to go back. So I think we are not accounting that period in. I think a man works around 3 hours. He spends around 3 hours every day in traveling. He's working for around 10 to 12 hours every day. And when he goes back, I'm very, very sure, I've been through it, being in the corporate sector for a bit of time. You keep getting phone calls. You're a team leader or you're reporting to somebody. You have to work from home too. So that all is making the men going into knots. I'm sure that you will have seen a ball of wool. एक ऊन का एक ball होता है.
Right.
You can actually pack and repack it, bind, unwind it. In case you get a knot inside it, that knot can't be opened. Same with the men. With excessive working hours, he gets very tired when he comes home. And when he comes home, probably like to have a glass of red wine or he like to have anything. But I'm very, very sure that he won't go for a walk. He's working from home all the time. He may take to smoking, alcohol. He may be watching a lot of Netflix and a lot of TV. He's gaining weight, becoming a couch potato. And he's in his growth curve. Like every rocket, when it has to go to the sky, it has to burn a lot of fuel. And then only it can actually start delivering satellite images. So man is in the phase when he is getting himself burnt out. And not only in tier 1 cities, even in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So his dietary habits, the way he's eating, the place where I stay, and I'm sure that place from where you come from, uh, people hardly cook food at home. Half the working couples, they come home at around 9 in the night, and then they start ordering from one of these vendors which they give them food. So bad dietary habits, no control over their work. His life is going out of control, and as a result it's all affecting his brain here. And brain is again very complex. The brain dictates his sperm formation, and brain dictates his libido. He's working on Sundays, he's working on weekends. As a result, he's becoming probably an emotionally wreck partner in his marriage. And in case the wife is not strong, even marriages can fall apart. So I think social habits are a very important part, and uh, the couple as such, both of them has to regulate it, their life. We hardly find couples nowadays going out for outings, watching a movie. Uh, they're both busy. So I think time has come to stop it somewhere, pin it somewhere, and start our reboot the whole life they have.
Right.
So this is from my end.
So, as you rightly said, the work-life balance, the boundary is blurred. A man works in the office but gets work back home. So, in this case, I was wondering, like, as a female partner, females are generally more receptive and perceptive. So, if a wife sees certain signs, symptoms in her husband, what are exactly the red flags that she should also, get up and start talking about it with her husband? That certain things need to be, examined by a medical expert. When is the time that a wife, as a supporting role, how can she help her husband?
And if you look at our society, we are a woman in our country, in India, they are very rapidly evolving. And what I see around me, women, they are playing a very pivotal role in their whole married life. Today's woman is not the woman which we had around, say, 15 years back. The woman is getting stronger both emotionally and financially. She's taking the call at home. A woman, a tribute to a great woman of our country, where a woman can attend parent-teacher meet. They go and assess report cards of their children. They go and buy vegetables. They go to various websites and order milk for home. But man is actually not concerned. The man is so detached from the type of life he's leading. Now the women are becoming equal, and they tell the man, why don't you do it? Or why don't you realize that is also a part owner of the home? There is also one reason where the man is getting marginalized. He's feeling aloof because he's not trained for such a role. From the very training, like the type of training I had, I think my sister was more well trained to do something for home, but the man was very privileged. So now I think also have to reverse their roles and play a more important role at their homes. Now this is about, आज हम जो बात करेंगे हम एक नॉर्मल आदमी की बात करेंगे, a normal man who say around 40 to 45 or 40 to 50. Am I right? We are talking about such a man.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Before that तो पूरा का पूरा लाइफ एक खेलने कूदने में निकल जाता है. And after 55, we feel that nahi, abhi ho gaya, maybe done, and we accept the way life it comes to us. But main issue which I face every day at my clinic and every one of us are people who really need help are between 40 and 55, and they are the ones who are actually evaporating like a camphor stick, and they are healthy, man. In case somebody has got, say, joint replacement done, or somebody has got a cardiac problem, or somebody has got diabetes or a heart problem, we know that he'll probably slow down. But longevity is increasing. Men are living longer, and men always lived less than the women partners. Yes. Women always live longer. But something is hitting them very badly. the men after 40 years of age are aging fast. When I was a young gynecologist, I am still a young gynecologist, but I'll take you to around 20 years back, 25 years back. We had dedicated women's clinic. You'll ask me that, तुम तो वही gynecologist, तो क्या women clinic? This was called a perimenopausal or a menopausal clinic. इसमें क्या होता था? Any woman around 43, 44, they were invited to take their pap smear, do their breast examination, do their mammographies, bone densitometry. I used to every week do bone density of large number of women, scrape their services, give them some on HRT. एक माइंड में बात थी ना कि as a woman cross 45, she'll become a bit चिड़चिड़ी, she'll become more irritable, she'll probably she'll have loss of libido, she'll have multiple problems, she'll have bony pains. So मम्मी को भी पता है, पापा को भी पता है कि अभी she is going into perimenopause. She's a very pampered woman. The whole country, the whole world looked after the woman when she crossed 45 years of age, and rightly so. They were the people who made us. No one ever spoke about the man. And man is going into a similar problem, which is called andropause. So what is andropause? You may say menopause. We know what is menopause. When her periods have stopped coming, we call it a menopause, and all these things come into her mind, where she becomes irritable, but maybe chidchidi, or maybe angry. But the man is also hitting the andropause now. Now, what is andropause basically is the Greek word where they say that the andro or the man is a pause. For a woman, it was said around 48, 50 years of age, but for the man, the age is not defined.
Okay.
जैसे in a woman, her female hormones, they took a back seat, they stopped forming, and these hormones were important for her to express herself. You know, her hair, the glow on her face, it's all about female hormones. But no one spoke about the man. Man, we thought nothing could go wrong with the man. But now the men are also hitting andropause, and there is no age defined for that. So they start hitting andropause by around 40 years of age, which we thought that he was invincible, but now we are discovering that his male hormones start going down. And that is called, a technical term use kar raha hu, that is called hypogonadism. Meaning, hypo means come, or gonadism means our gonad. So like a woman has got ovaries, which makes estrogens, a man has got testes, which make testosterone. So when his levels of his testosterone, they start falling low, then the man goes into hypogonadic state, and that is, we start calling it andropause. They both are interrelated. So what happens to a man? Let's look at it, what happens to a man when he goes into an andropause or is going towards hypogonadism. और कितने लोगों के अंदर होता है? And if you look at the whole world, they say 10 to 15% of men after 40 years of age will have this problem. But when I look at my OPD, when I look at the men whom I am dealing on daily basis, I find that the number is pretty high. But we don't talk to them. हम उनसे बात ही नहीं करते. There are no men's clinic. There is no one actually communicating with them, and they are suffering in silence. The percentage may touch around 40% in a 40-year-old man.
That's a big number.
40-year-old man.
Yeah.
These are few numbers available. And what happens to him? As the levels of his hormones will fall down, first of all, he'll be hit in his brain. Brain में क्या होता है? His mind will become, आपने सुना होगा ना कि मुझे कुछ याद ही नहीं रहता है, मैं चीजें भूलना शुरू कर गया हूँ, बुढ़ापा आ गया, बाल सफेद हो गए.
That's mental fogging.
Mental fogging. Yeah. So mental fogging, which is occurring very early. We tend to forget things. He'll have fogging, he'll have loss of cognitive abilities. कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा, appointments याद नहीं रहेंगे, he'll become irritable, he'll become annoyed, he'll have a lot of shout outs, he may go into despair, he may be having some amount of grief about which he can't talk about. Women, they normally go to a gynaec. You know what happens? A woman will have deliveries, she will maybe have some abortions, maybe she's having some sort of vaginal discharge, so she'll keep going to a gynaec. And gynaec जाते ही बोलेगा menopause आने वाला है, menopause आने वाला है. पीरियड्स आने बंद हो जाएंगे, ऐसा होगा, तो शी इज प्रिपेयर्ड. So our women, our girls are prepared for that. But the men, he is never taught about this. So he doesn't know what has hit him. He doesn't realize what has hit him. So I start from the brain, and as we go towards the whole body, he'll start gaining some inches of weight. He'll feel that, okay, my weight to बढ़ रहा है, but that's okay. But weight is increasing because his hormonal imbalance is occurring in the body. He will feel tired. There is something called an Adam score. So I just bring out an Adam score. When he comes home, he'll feel tired. Khana khaya, maybe he'll take a drink. I'm just saying that how the men are behaving. He may have a smoke, may not. Maybe he won't have a drink or a smoke, but he'll be very tired. He won't like to say even hello. He may not even talk to their children or his wife. He'll watch some TV and go to sleep. That's called he's got excessively tired. He's got bony aches, which he will blame to शायद probably I bend down, I am having some pains, but his bones are melting. His bones, like any female, are also melting. But for a female, we start giving them calcium, some vitamin D3s, because we know it's happening to her. But for the men, he doesn't know. And he's getting tired, he's irritable, he doesn't play any games. And Sunday means probably he'll put on his Netflix and enjoy the whole day. So, man is withdrawing from life. He'll get him in the morning at 4 o'clock and say नींद ही नहीं आती है. So हमें लगता है कि चलो एज बढ़ रही है तो हमारे बड़े बूढ़े सुबह उठ जाया करते थे. People used to get up at my father, his father, probably they got up at 3 in the morning. अब नींद ही नहीं आती है. So probably they are, but this was actually the andropause which was setting in, which was taken, not spoken about, and no one knew about it.
So till date, I don't think
No one
people
speaks
talk
about
about
it.
andropause.
रात को 3 बजे उठ जाते हैं और हमें लगता है कि चलो वी प्रॉब्ली, और ये बात तब की है जब वो समय पे सो रहे हैं. दे आर स्लीपिंग वेल बट दे विल गेट अप. हम कहते हैं ब्रह्मकाल, ब्रह्म मुहूर्त, दिस इज वेरी नाइसली प्लान्ड लाइफ. अगर ऐसा है तो और बात है. बट अगर हम सुबह सो के उठते हैं, वी आर फॉगी, वी आर टायर्ड एंड वी आर इरिटेबल, फिर सो रहे हैं, बैड ड्रीम्स, जस्ट कॉल्ड ए सिम्टम ऑफ हाइपोगोनाडिज्म और एन एंड्रोपॉज. तो यहाँ तक तो बात बहुत बढ़िया है. कुछ गोली खिला देंगे, कुछ काउंसलिंग कर लेंगे, कुछ एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे. प्रॉब्लम आती है जब उनका लिबिडो इफेक्ट होना शुरू होता है. तो सच मैन, दे डोंट हैव लिबिडो. नो व्हाट इज लिबिडो? यू मे आस्क मी कि लिबिडो वर्ड होता क्या है. लिबिडो इज ए अर्ज टू गेट इनटू एन एक्ट. तो उनका लिबिडो इफेक्ट हो रहा होता है, नंबर 1. नंबर 2, दे डोंट हैव प्रॉपर इरेक्शन, सो दे कांट हैव प्रॉपर penetrations, which is again acceptable. Any man after 55, we feel that okay, he's abhi theek hai, he's withdrawing from this sort of a life and moving on to different things in the life. That's okay. But when a young man at 40, 42, 43, 45, 50 is having loss of libido, when he's not having powerful erections, he's not having erections hard enough uh, to complete an act, that becomes a very dangerous sign. That is again happening to a man at an early age. And जो आपका आज I think second सवाल था, मैं उस पर दोबारा आपको लेके जा रहा हूँ. And this is what is happening to the man, where he is losing his control over his sexuality and control over his life. And this is not affecting him. अभी हमको ये समझना है कि at 55 they said बाल सफेद हो गए हैं और समय आ गया है वृद्धाश्रम का. Okay, agreed. But यहाँ पे वैसा नहीं है. यहाँ पे he is in his home, which is his ashram, and is not able to perform, and he's getting tired and broken. That is creating the maximum problem for the men today. And I think this is where they need help, where we have to realize that they are suffering, and then we have to hold their hands. And here comes the role of the wife. But ये सवाल जो पूछा आपने, इसका एक और एंगल है. जब अपने बारे में मैन को ही नहीं पता, how will the wife know?
True.
How will the wife know? So I think we have to talk more about it. We have to educate. It's not only educating about, say, sexual health or the health of a female partner. हम जब भी देखते हैं, we talk about PCOD, endometriosis, school education, PCOD, endometriosis, Yes, we do touch upon some amount of sex education. We talk about menstrual hygiene. There are movies made like Padman, which talks about giving sanitary pads to the girls. There are so many movies made which is about giving her good hygiene, like movie which spoke about making toilet for the woman everywhere, giving her femininity, respect. But nowhere it is taught that a man can have andropause. So this is totally deleted chapter from our curriculums, and we don't talk about the men at all. We talk about menopause. So girl knows that she'll have her periods at 14, 15, or maybe earlier, and she'll have her menopause by around say 45, 48, 49, 50. But man doesn't know what's happening to him.
Sir, we have seen post COVID, people have become very aware of their physical health more so,
Mhm.
though mental health has also come to the forefront, but physical health has come, like never before. So people are going to the gyms, and I'm talking both males and females. And quite recently, like I also go to the gym and I see that males are kind of bulking up a lot, and that image of being a macho man, that kind of masculinity they want to portray, is very much prevalent. So my question is, does that also have any effect on their fertility issues? Like the kind of supplements they take for that and the kind of diet or heavy protein intake they do. So does it have any effect on their sexual health as well?
So man is changing. He's evolving. So we had a lot of men who used to go to akhadas and lift those dumbbells and do some sort of wrestling in mitti ke akhade. Now the man is in the gyms and the woman too. So now what is happening is that the man today, what I see normally, the man with huge muscles with tattoos written everywhere. The man may be having a nice, sporting a nice ponytail, or he may be having multiple streaks of colors on his head, and he's a new man, which whom we have to welcome in this world. सब अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, and post COVID, जिंदगी मिले ना दोबारा is what comes to my mind. Or I, being an army man, I always believe that we can't get this life back again. And post-COVID has shown people. In the army, we knew that we don't know when it's going to end. But post-COVID, we've all fought a war and come back very strong. We are survivors. Whosoever has survived COVID, we are very strong people. So the man is indulging in a lot of things, and one is going to gymnasiums. अब जब जिम में जाते हैं तो दो काम होते हैं. First of all, a man is in hurry. The whole life has become like a क्या करें कि फटाफट से सब कुछ उन्हें मिल जाए.
Instant, yeah.
पहले अखाड़ों में दंड पेलने पड़ते थे, आपके कुछ गुरु होते थे, और अब महीनों महीनों देसी घी खाना है, बादाम खाने हैं, तो आपको to work very hard. In the army, we were trained very hard to be what you want to become. But the modern boy today, he wants things instantly. Like 2 minutes Maggi noodles. So they start taking some sort of supplements. So for the woman, for her femininity, the way she looks, it depends upon her estrogens, and for the man, it is a hormone called testosterone. And again, a man has to build up muscle, and he has to build up muscles very fast. So they start taking a lot of whey proteins, which is very good because he's working hard on in the modern gymnasiums. He's got, maybe he's not having very well trained gym advisors. Coach kahan hai? But you will find that every nook and corner you have got a gym now, and anyone can become a gym trainer. There are no, I've spoken to so many of them, they don't know what they are doing, but
No
they are just
certifications.
grooming people. That's
Yeah.
all. So the gym which I used to go to around 20 years back, I always found that they had a little bar set up in one corner, and the bar would have a mixer where you could make some juices for them, give them some high protein diet. And the place where I operate now, the side building is of a gymnasium again, where the whole section is about foodies. The men, they work out, then they take sauna, and they look near nice, sporting near nice ponytails. Then they go to the bar like a nice bar. They sit down. The guy is sitting, whirling out beautiful shakes for them, and then they put some supplements. So they are protein supplements, and protein supplements are important to build up muscle mass very quickly. But unfortunately, many of these scoops of proteins, they contain oral testosterones. So they will build its muscle mass very quickly. So what normally people do over a period of 7 to 8 months of grueling practice, they can do it within few months. And that's what they want to have a six-pack body, four-pack body, and they want to look good. So this is one big problem which we are facing, that we don't know the contents of our whey proteins. We don't know the contents of our protein shakes, and that is causing the problem with the man. So he's building up muscles very nicely. But आप हमेशा याद रखिएगा, लोहे को लोहा काटता है. So in case we take hormones in form of shakes, they will suppress our sperm production. So हमारी मसल तो बनती है, but the natural body testosterone will go down.
Right.
Which is the natural produce of the body. As a result, these men, they have big muscles, but they don't have sperms. They go into azoospermias, or they've got a very low sperm count. The challenge is that they feel that with beautiful muscles and nice tattoos all over the body, maybe they're very virile, or maybe they lose their virility also. They have less libido. In my experience, all the men who take a lot of these supplements, they've got low libido, which they'll never accept because they are macho mans. And macho mans are the ones driving beautiful bikes, sports cars, lots of money, but they're hollow inside.
Sir, is this irreversible? I want to ask, like, once they stop taking the supplements.
It'll take around 4 to 5 months.
Okay.
Stop it, and but why should it happen? I say that why should it happen? It doesn't happen in good gyms, but when you have a good trainer, like good doctor, he'll tell you what to do, what not to do. But large number of people, they go by internet, watch something on the internet, order things online, and they start taking it. ये कहानी का एक बहुत छोटा सा पहलू है. ये कहानी का बहुत छोटा सा पहलू है. कुछ समय के बाद ये मसल बना लेते हैं. They look very, very good, and they get married. When they get married, then comes the pressure of their jobs. और मैं आपको एक कहानी बिल्डअप करके बता रहा हूँ. And that's the time अभी वो बचपन का टाइम चला गया, when they could go to gym every day and pump lot of proteins. Now they go into a more sedentary, responsible life, and as a result, they start gaining weight.
Right.
अब मेरी बात को ध्यान से समझिएगा. पहले केस के अंदर, in case they have not taken proper drugs, they have muscles, but it may contain some sort of bad supplements which is causing their sperm production. They may be losing their libido. As a result, they are unable to perform, and they have low sperm count, which they will never accept or come out in open because they feel that they are good, and they look very good too. Even if you reverse it, then they start gaining weight and their body mass index goes high.
Right.
अब ये BMI क्या होता है? BMI एक रेशियो होती है उनके वेट की और उनकी बॉडी की हाइट इन मीटर्स की. It's a method by which we calculate BMI. Now such men, they start gaining weight early because they had made muscles, but now they are working hard. As a result, their BMI goes abnormal. और जब भी किसी आदमी का BMI abnormal होगा, तो एक सिंपल सा एक निष्कर्ष निकलता है कि उनका
belly,
पेट के अंदर belly में फैट आएगा.
visceral fat.
Visceral fat.
Yeah.
और जब भी फैट आएगा, this fat is going to make large amount of female hormones.
Okay.
Normally, I like to send across a message that the man has got a ratio of testosterone to estradiol. आपकी बॉडी के अंदर भी मेल हार्मोन्स हैं, हमारी बॉडी में फीमेल हार्मोन्स हैं, बट दे आर इन ए पर्टिकुलर सेट रेशियो, द वे गॉड हैज क्रिएटेड अस. ये रेशियो को हम कहते हैं T/E रेशियो. और जब ये नॉर्मली रेशियो रहती है मोर देन 10, बट व्हेन योर BMI गोस हाई, देन E2 which is being made in the belly fat. So जो फीमेल हार्मोन है हमारी बॉडी में, belly में बनना शुरू हो जाता है. As a result, the ratio becomes less than 10. So they are the men who again go into some sort of hypogonadism, meaning they will have less testosterone, they'll have more E2, and such men will have poor morphology of their sperms count will fall down, and they will also have massive hit on their libido. अब लिबिडो के बात हमने पहले भी करी थी. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू द लिबिडो का टेस्ट क्या है, किस आदमी का लिबिडो बेहतरीन है. सच ए मैन विल हैव मॉर्निंग इरेक्शंस, सो he'll have morning erections, he'll be easily aroused, so he'll have morning erections, and he's able to have a contact with his partner. These three things are part of the libido. Thought आना, कहते हैं ना हम कई बार ideation to execution. So कुछ men के अंदर ideation ही नहीं है और ना ही execution होता है, कुछ में ideation होता है और execution नहीं होता है, but both way it is loss of libido in different grades.
Right.
So I'll give you one simple live example. I had a couple which came to me around maybe around 4 months back. A young couple who are doing good for themselves, and when I saw the boy, similar, very well-to-do, very nice couple, nice children, but he had a raised BMI. So I told him, you're having these problems, because I give them a score sheet. So now all the men's clinic have a score sheet which couple has to fill. So उसमें कुछ ticks रहते हैं, कुछ nots रहते हैं. We take out some percentage. जब उनसे मैंने पूछा कि how do you perform, they said we do beautifully, excellently. But when they filled the score sheet, which is filled by the wife and husband separately, I could find the problem. Their BMI was pretty high, and I did their testing, which was less than 4. And they kept thinking that I'm trying to waste their time. They have come for something different. मेरी वाइफ का स्कैन करो, मेरा स्पर्म काउंट एवरेज है तो ठीक है, मेरा IVF कर दो. Why are you troubling me? He was negative. But I said, if you trust me, you take this medication for 3 months and then you come back to me. They came to me day before, pregnant. They are at around 7 weeks pregnancy, and they say that this tablet has changed our life. Their libido is now skyrocketing, and their Adam score has gone very high. No, मैंने कुछ किया नहीं.
So what was the magic pill?
सिर्फ मैंने उनका वेट चेक करा. Their whole life changed. कहते हैं हमने ऐसी कभी लाइफ देखी ही नहीं है. Neither we could feel it could ever happen to us. So a small tablet, a small thought process can change their lives. So दो चीजें, the men who take a lot of supplements, they can have different set of problems, because in case they contain only good proteins, good for him.
Right.
But in case they contain some bad supplements, they can lose their virility, libido, and they'll have a bad sperm count and they'll be infertile.
That
which
is
irreversible.
I mean, all the gym goers, all the males who actually flex in the gyms and take supplements should be aware about this, because I'm sure the trainers never tell you what is in the supplement. They are going to,
Correct.
peddle their products.
Every mother, every sister, everyone, every wife should know about this, so that we groom our children not to do this. And on the other hand, what happens is that in case they are overweight, then again the problems are too many, and this can be very easily handled by giving.
Yes, sir. On one spectrum are the obese people. So they are going through certain chronic lifestyle conditions.
Correct.
So what about them? I mean, how are they hit by the sexual health issues?
They are, because it may be chronic. See, in case anyone is having ill health, I think that will add on to their weight.
Right.
जब भी वेट बढ़ेगा, बॉडी में फीमेल हार्मोन्स बढ़ेंगे और वो रेशियो रिवर्स हो जाएगा. अनफॉर्चुनेटली we don't, probably we are not aware of that, or we don't talk about that. हम एक when I look at a man as a doctor, as an infertility specialist from nearly 25 years. For me, man is a semen report. कितना काउंट है, स्पर्म्स कितने हैं, शुक्राणु की स्पीड कितनी है, कितनी मात्रा में है. देखा होगा आपने ना, पाठक जी, नील शुक्राणु can meet Pathak ji. Everywhere, every train, every metro will have such sort of ads. So there are a lot of people who are advertising about treating a semen analysis, and they start giving them some medications. I think more important is that looking at the man with a whole holistic approach and then looking after them. Chronic lifestyle disorders may be due to smoking, drinking, diabetes is one thing, hypertension. They will again lead to, it's a very complex jigsaw puzzle. And once it's like a Rubik cube. मैं कभी रूबिक क्यूब लाइफ में बना नहीं पाया, और मुझे अगर रूबिक क्यूब का एक भी चक्का गलत चला गया, I'll never be able to then it'll keep becoming more complex. And now how do I solve a Rubik cube? I remove all the colors on the plastic and then put them back. I wish life was so simple.
Right.
The same thing, a man has to now find out how to put himself together, organize himself together. Lifestyle disorders, telephones, maybe laptops, they can all lead to multiplies problems.
Right. So, sir, in today's visual media world, we have movies, we have social media, we have adult movies all over. So, these things have a positive and a negative impact on one's life. So I want to ask you, like, how is it impacting today's man? Because he is tired when he comes home, he goes to eat, or he will just scroll on his own phone. So there is so much that is there for him visually to please him. So how is it affecting his overall health and sexual health in particular?
So first of all, again, a very, very relevant point. Mobile telephones, I think, they're no longer telephones. They're mini computers. They've got all 256 GBs and they've got two SIM cards. And we're using our mobile phone on average for around 3 to 4 hours a day. You may wonder, कि मैंने क्या बताया आपको, but if you look at country usage of mobile phones, it's around 3 to 4 hours a day. हम जब रात को सोते हैं, phone is blinking and we are on WhatsApp. When you wake up, my main worry is that how many people have liked my Facebook message, how many people have not responded, and the whole life is about by self-appreciation, by people appreciating me on my social media channels.
Getting that validation from everyone.
Validation. So, रात को when we are with our partners, probably we won't say goodbye to them, but I have to close a lot of loopholes on my mobile phone. Get up in the morning, I'm waiting for my boss's message, and I don't even say good morning to my partner. So this is my life story also. I think हम सबकी life ऐसी उलझी हुई है. There's one part of it where we have time for everyone in this world than our own family members. This is one we have to change ourselves and focus more on our partners, and then it's called digital detox, where we have to now move away from our mobile phones. This is a small problem. This is a very small problem. The bigger problem is the adult channels which are easily accessible to us on mobile phones or on laptops. Again, being a doctor, I'll bring in little life stories if you permit me.
Please, sir.
Very young couple, both are around 24, 25 years of age, both are MBAs. Maybe they're 26, but both are MBAs. Brought by their relatives to me that what to do about them. Because they had educated people, they have confided that they're not able to have proper libido and they're not able to consummate the marriage. और बहुत ही एक बेहतरीन situation है where they are brought by their parents to me. What to do about them? Abhi, when I went through the history, I spoke to them, what is the problem? The boy is a very, very sweet boy, around 25 years of age, MBA, traveled all over the world. He said a very nice thing. Kehta, sir, from past 7 or 8 years, I'm deeply in watching adult content on the mobile telephones. And now I'm not able to perform.
Okay.
So I think these adult content, watching too much in excess, can also harm the libido in a man. Same thing may be happening in the female partner also, about which I'm not very, very clear, but male definitely yes. Watching too much of mobile content can lead to, which we spoke about, loss of libido, because they have set up certain benchmarks in their mind, and when they don't find the same sort of things in their partner, they withdraw.
Yeah, the partner falls short of their unrealistic expectations. So they are not able to perform, and I think
Exactly.
then the vicious circle
Again, a loop. It's
starts.
a loop.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to treat a female. I feel that being the gynecologist and looking at the females from a very long time, female are very transparent. They're very easy to handle. But the men is too complex. जो उनका दिमाग है ना, is so complex that once it gets knotted, you can't unlock it.
Sir, in a patriarchal society like ours, when a man is conditioned that way, he's brought up that way, that you are the alpha, you can't cry. So, in that scenario, I think it gets difficult for a man to open up.
Accept.
Yeah, and accept things. So, yes, I'm sure, as you previously said, the role of female partner is important. She should be able to communicate well and tell the husband that, yes, I'm also there for you, the way we both are.
And I'm equal.
Equal, yes, definitely.
So I'll give you a small little, one of my favorite things when Swami Vivekanand ji came back from USA. We all know about his Chicago convention. So when he came back to India, he was asked a question, okay, you were in US for such a long time, you traveled multiple countries, and in US you traveled multiple states. वहां पर ऐसा क्या है जो इंडिया के अंदर नहीं है? You never came back to India, you spent a long time in US. कहता है यूएस के अंदर उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बोली. तो स्वामी विवेकानंद जी सेड, अमेरिका इज सो एडवांस्ड बिकॉज वुमेन वॉक ahead. In any society in which the woman is not walking ahead, that society cannot grow. I think time has come for all the men to accept that women are equal to us, maybe better than us. And once we accept it, I think पूरा का पूरा debate, पूरा का पूरा जो equation change हो रही है, it will be under control.
So he won't feel as threatened or
marginalized.
Yeah.
We are feeling marginalized. We are feeling left alone. I think we have to accept it, and then things will fall into place.
That would be wonderful. So we talked about the sperm analysis report, as you were telling, the amount of sperm and the quality of sperm. So say a man finds out, he goes through the gynec consultation and he comes to know that his sperm count is not up to the mark. And so what are the options or the other confirmatory tests available for him to, if he wants to become a father? So what all is available today?
First of all, you won't accept. You're devastated. See, when a couple goes to a doctor, we know that the woman partner is at fault. या तो उनकी ट्यूब बंद होगी, या फिर उनका एग रिजर्व कम होगा, और इनके something else to go wrong with the fertility, it is the woman.
That's sad.
That's very sad. That's very sad. And I won't talk about the taboos over this because we all know about it, how we are ill-treating our women without even investigating the man.
True.
So when a man has got a problem, first of all, one report doesn't give you any proper answer. We have to repeat that report after a few weeks. जब हम semen की report को repeat करेंगे, only then we'll come to know whether the report is right or wrong. So we have to repeat it.
So consistently, it needs to be done.
After around 4 to 6 weeks, we repeat it.
Okay.
And that devastates the man because he feels कि उससे कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. And then he goes into withdrawal. Probably he never accept that he's having a problem. So I think now we have to educate the man. We have to educate not only the men, but I think all the women. It's my dream that every woman should tell the man that you please look at your semen report also. So we always ensure that whenever we do any semen analysis, we show the video to the couple. हम देखते हैं कि ये आपका रिपोर्ट है, देखिए आप, so that the man is with the wife and knowing that he's got a problem. Number two, in case he's got a problem now, he has to go to a good doctor. See, fertility is not to be treated by all. There are fertility doctors. There are people who specialize in men's health. I think they should go to them, and then only they can probably get the right and effective and efficient answer.
True.
जवाब आपको तो maximum people they visit देखा होगा आपने, सड़क के किनारे खूब सारे तंबू लगे रहते हैं, या कुछ हकीम वेद बैठे रहते हैं. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट दे आर ऑल वेरी गुड पीपल, बट दे आर नॉट एक्चुअली ट्रू हकीम एंड वेद्स. So they go to those people and buy certain churans and bhasams. They put some soneka work on them, give them some chavanprash sort of mixture, and they keep taking it.
So, sir, we keep hearing about these different modalities like IVF, IUI. So we keep hearing about them over radios and we see newspaper ads. So how does it work? I mean, if a man comes to you with a low sperm count, how do you go about it? Do you like simply prescribe these treatments right away? Or is there something that will maybe prescribe him like some medicines or something before that?
Absolutely correct. So, मेरा आपसे एक सवाल, एक counter सवाल. Do you bake a cake?
Yes, sir.
When you bake a cake, I think so it takes around 40 minutes to rise.
Right.
See, when I try to bake a cake, I've seen people who are going to bake a cake. After every 10 minutes, they'll put a knife inside to see whether cake is rising or not. Or I like cooking, so sometimes when I make some dum pulav or biryani, I've seen people opening or देखेंगे कि चावल पका के नहीं पका. So you need to give it some time. In case you do it very quickly, neither the biryani will be a good biryani, neither the cake will rise. जो आपने बात बोली है, I agree to it. I think इसके अंदर मैं भी कई बार I think that why we are in a hurry. Patients are in a hurry because now they are waiting. They have been to many doctors and now they chose you over anyone else and now they want immediate outcome. तो डॉक्टर साहब मेरा स्पर्म काउंट कम है, एंड दे नो स्पर्म काउंट कम है बिकॉज नो लॉन्गर दिस पीपल आर illiterate. The new generation is highly educated and they would have done complete AI analysis on ChatGPT about the semen report. Now they are in a hurry, they have saved some money, they have taken some TPA, and then we immediately start their case because they have the wife and husband are coming together and they come to you and we want to start that case right away. And we do it, many times we do it, which is not correct. I think we have to give the cake to rise. And for this, I want to say that in case their sperm number is low, one is called number. Other is called their speed of the sperm. Speed is not very good, or their morphology, the shape is not very good. So there are three things which can go wrong with the semen sample. These three things are bad. इनको कम होने के लिए कुछ कारण होना चाहिए because normally God has given you a normal parameters to be followed. In case the parameters are not being followed, this means that there is something wrong inbuilt in his body which is not letting the normality comes. So in such a case, I think we should wait. We should actually wait. We have to give them multiple medications. Some are good for the speed, some are good for the number, and some are good for having their morphology or the shape improvement can be done.
Okay.
And more than that, they need treatment for minimum 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
So कभी भी जल्दी नहीं करना चाहिए. So I think the people who are hearing us today, they should know that they should इतना इंतजार किया ना, इतना इंतजार किया तो कुछ समय और इंतजार कीजिए. Take some, we call them antioxidants, we give them multiple vitamins, improve the sperm count, and then we go in for IVF or ICSI or IUI. जल्दी करने से केस तो होगा बट प्रेगनेंसी नहीं आएगा. नंबर 2, IVF कैसे करना है, इसके भी तरीके होते हैं. IVF के अंदर हम किसी के स्पर्म्स, किसी के शुक्राणु, किसी के एग लेके उनको आपस में मिलाते हैं लैब के अंदर. दैट इज कॉल्ड IVF. And in case the sperm number are very less, then we take an egg and inject every egg with a sperm. That is called ICSI. And IUI means that we take the semen sample, just wash it and put it inside the woman's womb. That's called IUI. इन तीनों तरीकों के लिए हमें इंतजार करना चाहिए. Number 1, in that time, till the time they are taking the medication, they can have a timed intercourse. They can be together, but not treatment. Number 2, अब इलाज कैसे करें? अगर किसी के स्पर्म्स में कुछ खराबी है, we do treat them for 2 to 3 months and then we pick up the right method to prepare their sperm.
Okay.
आप मेरी बात को अगर आप समझेंगे तो स्पर्म्स को बनाने के तरीके होते हैं. How do we clean these sperms and how do we prepare them so that we select healthy sperms? There are multiple techniques. It's not that we take the semen sample and just wash it and we inject an egg these sperms have to be selected.
Okay.
So there are millions of sperms or maybe thousands of sperms. So we have to pick up the right sperms by using some sort of technologies. Pick up the right sperm and then use it. तो इसके आपके सवाल के दो पहलू हैं. पहला, हमको वेट करना चाहिए 2 से 3 महीना, और नंबर 2, एक स्पर्म्स को कैसे सेग्रीगेट करना है, कैसे उनको सेलेक्ट करना है, इसकी एक कंप्लीट एक साइंटिफिक बेसिस होता है, और वो भी हमें फॉलो करने चाहिए. और ये तभी होंगे इफ यू गो टू डॉक्टर्स हु नो देयर वर्क, go to a good IVF center who have got an immense clinic or who have got an andrologist working with them, so they will know what to offer to that particular couple.
Right. So, ये तो treatment we talked about. So we keep hearing about certain kind of foods that can help increase the sperm count or maybe the sperm motility. So are there such foods like the natural foods we have in our kitchen? Are there some things that you would like to tell us about that can help us with that?
Very interesting. That takes me to 1990s when I was in Kargil and Ladakh. वहां पर एक गोट होती है, जिसे कहते हैं एबेक्स, कहते हैं जिसको पहाड़ी बकरी कहते हैं. वो पहाड़ पे चढ़ जाती है चीज. And when we were in the high altitude, we used to find those goats licking a rock. So we used to wonder, what is it? ये क्या कर रही हैं? So people told that in Ladakh that this is giving them energy. So क्या था? Shilajit.
On the rock?
On the rocks. Shilajit comes from high altitude.
Okay.
They also called Shilajit. Which is nearly everyone is taking off the counter, available on any portal which you can take it in powder form, you can take it in
they are gummies.
Capsule form.
Yeah,
gummies at the airport. You'll get those gummies which are available. They are like stick-in gums which you can just take out a small piece of paper and put it on your tongue. It is very popular, which people take, and I think it does work. It does increase your libido, but
how safe is it? I mean, is there some high dose you can?
Yeah, what dose people take? Any high dose of. There are so many movies. In case you watch, a very nice movie from which showed a family in Varanasi, where the little boy wanted to show his friends that he can perform better. So he pops in large number of tablets, and then he had to be put in the hospital. That's a very famous movie over that. So there's a very nice movie which I talk about everywhere. Which I liked, that movie called Thai Massage. A movie of a man who's in his 50s, and now suddenly he wants to be active. His wife was not well. Now he wants to again experiment. He's 55, 50 plus. He starts taking onions. He keeps eating onions. Somebody tells him that by taking onions, he will have better libido, which he claims he had. And he goes to Thailand and he comes back. It's called Thai Massage. Very nice movie, very spiritual movie. I think every man should watch that movie. Then there's a movie of about a relationship where made by a very famous director who made this movie in Tamil and Hindi both, Sir Prasanna. In this movie also they talk about how a couple can have erectile dysfunctions and how they cope up in their periods of intimacy. So some people take onions, some people take ginger, some take garlic, some take safed museli, somebody will take Shilajit, somebody will take Ashwagandha. So there are many medications which are available. I don't know which works, but yes, I'm very, very sure that when we got nowhere to go, we can use these medications. But definitely, yes, there are some medications in allopathy which are very, very good, which we are using. They have their own side effects, but they work pretty well. So we have to know which one to pick up. So we have to pick up these medications as per the requirement of it, and you must take consultation of a doctor before.
Yeah, don't self-medicate. That goes without saying. Yeah.
Also.
For such things, I mean, definitely self-medication can do more harm than good.
Exactly.
Right?
But these are all available off the counter, and people keep buying them, and that's not a good trend we have.
Sir, are there any particular lifestyle habits that a man can follow to prevent sexual health issues, certain kind of food, certain kind of way of living, if I may say so, supplements that can help him pass through the sexual health phase in a smooth way?
Correct. Again, a very good question. I think we do charge our mobile phones. I think in case I have to choose between my mobile phone and my ventilator, I may choose my mobile phone charger in case I have 1 point. That's the way we become so paranoid about our social media habits. But we never charge our bodies. Because you buy a small watch, you get a booklet of 200 pages to read how to use your wristwatch. When we take birth, no one tells us how to, there's no manual for human body. We are the most complex people, no manual. And in my journey of life, I put only two things to say. That we have to be self-satisfied in case you want to be healthy. Number one, we can't compete with ourselves, compete with people around us. And the most important thing is rebooting yourself. 8 घंटे का नींद, in case you can do, the whole body gets rebooted.
Rejuvenated, yeah.
That's what God has planned for us. कि 8 घंटे रात को सो जाएंगे तो जैसे मोबाइल फोन चार्ज होता है, our whole body is getting energy coming into it. So 7 to 8 hours a day we should sleep. That's very, very important. Take regular rest wherever needed. Alcohol can be a killer. Alcohol can give you a lot of thoughts in your mind. It can give you arousal, but it will take away the performance. Alcohol is a very bad thing to take. Smoking, we know, is a very bad thing to do. So I think lifestyle changes have to be done. And then I think I say that everyone should walk for 10,000 steps a day. हर रोज हमें कुछ चलना चाहिए. We should exercise. That's very, very important. Have your whole body checkup done. Uh, look for your diabetes. Look for hypertension. Look for any disorder in the body. That's very, very important. Look for your hemoglobin. Look for your any thyroid abnormality. Look at the vitamin D. We never talk about that. I think every one of us should take vitamin D3 supplementation. There are a lot of vitamin D3 supplementations available. Because look at your own body. अगर आपने कभी अपना health checkup किया होगा, हमारा किसी का भी vitamin D levels are not
optimum.
sufficient. They're suboptimal. If you always thought that it is suboptimal in London, or it may be suboptimal in Scotland or Ireland, where they're working in gloomy atmosphere. हमारे देश में तो इतनी गर्मी है. Why is it happening? But whatever it is, majority of us are having low vitamin D. So there are vitamin D available to us. We can take either in the liquid form or in the form of tablets. And we must take it once every week for 8 to 10 weeks to supplement our body. Number two are these supplements like CoQ. Now, CoQ is nothing but in our cells, we have got something called mitochondria. Look at my hairs are all white now. They were not like that around 8-9 years back. Now I am 58. At 38, I had dark hairs. At 48, they were graying, but now they are all grayed. So body has got its own mechanism by which it will age the body. And the aging mechanism starts from ATP. Mitochondria will make ATP. And as we are aging, the amount of ATPs in the body, the currency of the body will reduce. So taking CoQs can build up the reserves of ATP in the mitochondria, and we can feel young again. Probably we'll have more energy. So CoQs are very good for sperms, very good for women also who've got a low sperm count, and very good for men's overall vitality. I think all of us should take CoQs, I feel. So that's the work. Then we have got something like selenium. We have got zinc. These are few other antioxidants available. There can be omega fatty acids, which are very, very good, which we can get from fish. So I think just to summarize for all of you here, that we can take selenium, we can take zinc, we can take vitamin C, we can take CoQs, and we can take omega fatty acids. And definitely, yes, some amount of Ayurvedic help. Definitely, it won't cause any harm. They can all help us. But रात को 8 घंटे सोना है, दिन में 10,000 steps चलना है, smoking बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है, liquor in moderation, and I think we should start. हमें अपनी बॉडी की बात सुननी चाहिए. बॉडी हमें इनफ इंडिकेशन देती है कि तू भी थक रही है, and look after yourself.
Right. Very well said, sir. So let's bust some myths related to male infertility. So I'll ask you the myth. You will tell me if it's a myth or a fact. And
That's my exam now.
so, starting with, does wearing tight underwears or undergarments cause male infertility?
Debatable thing. There is no clear-cut answer, but the people who wear very tight undergarments, like the people who do cycling, who do a lot of wrestling, or langot bandhte hain, or the people who play sports activities by wearing very tight undergarments, they can have problems because the body ka heat. See, the way God has designed the testes, and they are hanging. That's the only vital part of our body which is actually hanging outside. Because look at every part which is vital is inside
Right.
the body.
Right.
Testes are hanging out. Why? Because they have to be kept at a lower temperature. In case you go at 37 degrees centigrade, which is the body's temperature, the sperms will get burnt out. That's what somebody has designed our machinery. So they have to be at lower temperature than the body. So in case we wear very tight undergarments, we take and it's not only about taking tight undergarments, taking sauna, taking steam bath can all raise the temperature. The people who cycle quite a lot, the people who play power games, they can have low sperm count or they can have DNA damage to these sperms also.
All right.
And every man up to 38 years of age or 39 years of age should have his DNA, DFI also, it is called DNA fragmentation index. So it's a new test which we do for all the men who are elderly.
That's something new.
Yes.
Really. Second myth would be using of laptops, keeping them on your lap, and prolonged use of a laptop.
Correct.
How does it affect male fertility?
Twofold effect here, ma'am. Twofold effect. One is the heat. We'll be able to keep laptop. When keep it here, our testes and laptops are warm. In fact, they are quite hot. So the testes, the temperature can go by around 4 to 5 degrees here. And when temperature goes high, the sperm production will stop. Our factories to make sperms are testes. So in case we keep the laptop here, we may not have good outcome in terms of number and quality of sperms. That's number one. Number two, all these things are emitting. Just think that a laptop, we are communicating, having a Teams meeting or a Zooms meeting with people sitting in 10 different countries of the globe. So we are constantly transmitting and receiving. And they're all electromagnetic radiations. Because suddenly somebody sitting in California or maybe Ghana or New Jersey will appear on my screen and they're talking to me. And vice versa. These all are happening with transmission and acceptance. So they're all electromagnetic waves which convert few radiations into a picture and image and sound. And they're also burning our testes.
So that's like double damage.
Double damage, double whammy. So we have to always keep our laptops or even mobile phones. Keeping a mobile phone near my body can also cause a lot of harm.
Right.
So we have to keep ourselves away from radiation. That's very important.
Okay. Also, we hear that if a man has been a father before, he can't be infertile later in life. How, I mean, is it a myth or a fact?
It is actually a myth because he can maybe the man who has been a father before, he can develop multiple complications. Maybe he can develop something called varicocele, which can cause problem in his sperm production. Maybe he's got some genetic disorder which is cropped up later. Maybe he gets some trauma or infections in his testicles. So a man who has had a child before may have a problem in conceiving again. It's not that once a fertile man, always a fertile man. Like a woman who has had one child before may have difficulty in having second child because the tubes may become blocked later. So a man can have problems, and in any part of the world, when the man comes to us with infertility, maybe he's got 2 children before, we have to look at his semen analysis. Maybe there are multiple causes which can leading to blockage of his tubes in his testes, which will lead to low or no sperm count.
Well, great, sir. So, sir, Now, in reflection, I would like you to give us one message, like one message that you strongly feel to our audience who are maybe like 40 plus year males, and maybe they are struggling silently with sexual health issues and low energy, and they haven't sought help for that as yet. What would be your message for them?
Simple clear cut message is that I think they should listen to your own voice. हमारे सबके बीच में एक आवाज है जो कि बताती है कि आज कुछ ठीक नहीं है. See, we all get information from our own mind. So जब भी लगे कि जब भी हमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है at 40, at 60 things may change. That's a way of, and that I don't agree still. I feel that even at 60, the man should be as young as 40. I don't say that he should age. We are going towards anti-aging. But still at 60, things can be different. In case he's a diabetic, things can be different. But for any man less than 55, 55, 58, I think he should listen to his body. जब लग रहा है कुछ ठीक नहीं है, they should meet any doctor who can help them. Maybe at now 50, they are not infertile. Maybe at 40 they are not infertile, but there are other things, and infertility is a very small part of men's health. Unfortunately, हमारा सबका जब हम एक मापदंड होता है वो देखते हैं कि तुम्हारा बेबी है कि नहीं. जब इसी बेबी है तो सब ठीक है. That's a wrong thing. You have to look at the man in complete totality. Man should talk to himself, look at the markers which as per the Adams score, and I think very important part is that he should, जो मेरे को लगता है भी, they should also accept the women who are now who are progressing. They are getting empowered. They should help women in getting empowered and grow. And once they know that women are equal to them, half or even more than the problems will disappear.
Very well
So this
said.
is what I feel from my
Yes, sir.
side. So one has got a internal spiritual thing which tells that they should listen to themselves, and also look at their partners. And then when there's a problem, and a message for women also, I like to give a message for the women also, that men has got something like andropause which women have at say 45, 48. The men are having at maybe at earlier age at 40. In case they're behaving like this, do talk to him and take him to a doctor. In place of having a rift, I think we should look after the men. The duty lies both with the men, women, and I think the people like us, people like you, people like us who are influencers, we should also tell people that these things are a reality. It's not a myth. A man aging early due to multiple reasons
It's
is
normal.
not a myth.
Yeah.
It is actually occurring.
Happening,
So
yeah.
we have to look at them with more compassion and do some more amount of hand holding.
Thank you, sir. I mean, today's episode was full of information and your wise insights on the matter, your expertise that you shared with us, and all the real life stories that we got to know was truly insightful, sir. Thank you so much for coming here and enlightening us with all this knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So, in conclusion, I think we understand that it's time for men to come ahead and talk about their problems, communicate more, prioritize their self care, self love, so that they can thrive in all spheres of life. They can talk about their problems and get themselves tested wherever needed. And as we know, fertility is a shared responsibility. So men should come forward and be a part of it equally. Thank you.